Welcome to episode 479 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Tim Kincaid, and obviously it's a emergency podcast. When I got the news, I was kind of shocked. I'm a guy who used to love the idea of not paying a lot for running backs. I always knew the value of Saquon Barkley. Obviously, the Eagles gave him a contract just last year. Just this year, 11 months ago. It hasn't even been 11 months, and he's got two contracts and that one in that time frame. So just talk about put yourself in Saquon's shoes. The fact that he has only had to wait 11 months to get a second deal. Meanwhile, New York made him wait, man. New York made him wait. But the cool thing about it is, if it wasn't for Saquon, we wouldn't have these patches on the side of our hats. We wouldn't have these glorious moments. I mean, you talk about a guy who has had a season like no other running back that we've seen in the history of the Eagles. I think he's had a phenomenal year. He could have broke the record, Eric Dickerson's record. But he still got his Saquon 2K, and I think he's been every part of this Super Bowl run. Obviously, there's a lot of players that make this team tick, and the fact that we got him to 2028, and that's when a lot of these other players on the roster are. We have Jalen Hurts to 2028. We got AJ Brown to 2028. Dickerson. There's a couple other. I think is Mulatto on there till
2028.
But I mean, it's a good team, man. It was a little surprising. But I was listening to a show in the off season. I forget where I heard it. I forget who was saying it, but they were like, "Yeah, Saquon's agent's probably gonna ask to get him some more money," and I was like, "Already?" And then I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, here we are." I mean, were you surprised by this news when it hit the timeline? Were you like, okay?
I was surprised, but it was deserving. I also will say that the running back market is back. Running backs, you know what? And you know what? All right, listen, if you take this from me, don't just go ahead and sign me a check. Just go write me a check. Make running backs great again, because they're back. Like you just seen what happened. There's what the Ravens. So running back heavy teams, the Ravens, Eagles. Let's see. Bills, you can put there because James Cook. Packers, Chiefs, Detroit. Like Detroit. Well, Detroit's gonna have to pay Gibbs. They're gonna have to pay Gibbs. But those teams, they're running back. Those are running heavy teams there. So the running back position is back. You set the market now. San Francisco, another one. I mean, even though they didn't make the playoffs due to a lot of injuries. But this right here is what you do. This is what you do when you win a Super Bowl. You go, hey, I'm going to sign my young core for this next 2-3 years of the window, and I'm going to go all out, B. That's basically what you're telling me. And shout out to Howie. Definitely want to say I don't want to be unappreciative. Rack, come on, bro. Like, come on. We ain't got to do say Trashberry, bro. Like, he was a professional. He was a really good guy. Yeah, shout out to Bradbury, man. He got his ring. I know he didn't. He did a lot for
young players.
Yeah, exactly. He was a player coach. I hope he sticks around in Philadelphia to help the young Bulls that are going to be coming in. What this tells me is, like I said, this is a window, and this is where, bro. Like this, we have a four-headed monster. Like you remember, we were talking about this, like. And everybody, if you were born in the 80s and the 70s, you grew up watching the Cowboys, right? You grew up watching the Cowboys in the 90s, 94, 93, whatever, whenever they were winning, right? this is how it feels. I mean, look at what the Cowboys did, and look what the Cowboys did. The Cowboys didn't even extend Emmitt Smith. They went on like a 3-game losing streak because they didn't have Emmitt Smith in 1993, right? I think it was 93, 94, whatever what it was. As soon as they signed Emmitt came back into with Michael Irvin, and Troy Aikman, the big three, and they won championships. Like we have our core. You know what I mean? We have like the Fantastic Four now. You know what I'm saying? We got Jalen, AJ, Devontae, and that bad man Saquon Barkley. We got the Fantastic Four now. By the way, pay me. Don't take. I'm giving out gems. Just go ahead and sign that check if you want to take that from me. But what I'm saying is, dynasty. All right, I already been saying it. But what I'm saying is though, he deserves it.
I mean, I'm just talking from a standpoint of, us being Eagle fans, and I've my girl grew up in the same area, Saquon Barkley. I've heard about the folklore of Saquon Barkley, and when he was in high school, and you root for that type of success for a kid, from that standpoint. He goes to Penn State, balls out of Penn State, and then he goes to the Giants. And at that time, I said, by the time that this team surrounds himself with offensive line talent, they're going to run him into the ground. And that's exactly what they did. They ran him into the ground. Right. Then they didn't want to pay him after he got injured. They didn't really want to, think long term. But you've seen the electric runs. I mean, you talk about this year and the damage that he's done. I mean, he's been like lights out. I mean, we're talking about he running for over 100 yards in 14 games. He had 7 TDs of over 60 yards. He had 3 in the playoffs alone. Finished third in MVP voting behind Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Obviously he wasn't the MVP, but he got a NFL Offensive Player of the Year. But what you like from Saquon, not just as a player, but off the field, I got an opportunity to meet him this year. Very, very self-aware. The fact that the way that he works the room, it's like took his time with everyone. But then even the Devontae Smith softball game, going back to his hometown, I'm talking, it was flooded. Like he worked the baseball field. He took his time with all these kids. I mean, he was in his hometown, swarmed by thousands of kids, and the way that he handled it, I was like, this guy is a true professional. And it's cool to have him as a representative of this team, and him being here just 1 year as a former Giant and going down as a legend already in 1 year.
No doubt. What's crazy, man, is he's only been here for a year, and the impact, the leadership that he has brought to this team. Seeing somebody of his stature, his all-star ability, everything he's got like this aura, bro. And Shipley runs like a 60-yard. He got caught then, and he said he's so excited. He said, "We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that." You know what I mean? Like he was jumping up and down. Like he's so excited. Like this is a man that could have ran 50 yards and would have broke the all-time rushing record. And he was so excited for somebody else to run 50 yards. And every time he touches the ball, you just feel it that he's gonna break one loose. And it's the looseness, just everything like his signature play, and will always be when he hurdled my man backwards. That will always be his signature play. And it was crazy. He played for the Giants for what, 7 years? But look at all the highlights that he's gotten. You can erase that. You can erase that history. Think about it. You can erase that history of what he's done with the Giants. Like he's hurdling cats backwards, son. He a Green Power Ranger, B. You know what I mean? Like when he first touched the ball versus the Commanders, takes it to the crib. Like, dude is just special, man. My man's is mad special, and I'm glad he is on our team. That's all I can say.
It's a great feeling knowing that you have the run game to rely on. I mean, you talk about the passing game, a dominant player like AJ Brown. You have you got a technician in Devontae Smith. Uh, Currently, you have a great tight end in Dallas Goedert. You have a cerebral, headstrong leader in Jalen Hurts. You have two bookend tackles. You have Landon Dickerson, who's been all world. You have Cam Jurgens, who is, he's filling right in the shoes of Kelsey. Makai Becton, we'll see where that goes. But just think about the offense. It's pretty legit. It's pretty sound right now. And I think with this being the Saquon episode, it's really just about appreciating what he brings to the table.
And what I like about this move is the Eagles organization is such a classy organization, and what this brings to me is if you put in the time and the hard work and the effort, how are we going to take care of you? I mean, I know things didn't work out with Devin White, but Devin White said it all in the Pivot podcast. So he said, "Yo, when I get my chance, he didn't get his chance obviously because my son Baum was doing all the work. You know what I mean? But he said, "Yo, you'll get rewarded here," and that just lets you know, like, it's a different organization. People want to come to play in Philadelphia now. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like you're gonna be taken care of because you get recognition here, and that right there. Once you feel appreciated at your job and at your position, sky's the limit, right? You want to feel appreciated, right? When you work for a company,
yeah, that's why you just don't work for a company, man. Just work.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. My bad.
You always, I mean, this is a guy. This is a guy that looks like he's appreciated, and he said, "Overflow. Grateful for the Eagles organization. Grateful for my team. Grateful for the amazing fans in Philly. Fly, Eagles, fly." I'm telling you, we grateful for you, man. And it's funny, like all the I worked in New York City for 24 years. I had to deal with a lot of Giants fans, and there's not even a handful. I'd say there's only one. Working at you'd think all the Giant fans I know, living in the Giant area for over 20 something years, you would think more Giant fans would reach out to me. Only one had enough courage to reach out to me, and when he said, he's like, I know it's been a while since I haven't talked to you, but you probably can hear the pain in my voice. He said losing Saquon and seeing what he's done with the Eagles, he said it hurt. He said it hurt his soul. And here we are.
Yeah. Well, you're nice because you didn't mention his name. I'm going to mention my Giants. My actually one of my best friends straight from Harlem, Tapes. I know you're watching. And I gotta give Tapes his flowers. He was the only Giant fan. I know a lot of Giants fans. He said, "Yo, B, I'm hurt right now." I said, "I'm sorry that you're hurt, but thank you for Saquon." He said, "Nah, you deserve it. You're the best team in the NFL. So congratulations." I said, "Thank you."
That was very courteous of him.
Very, very courteous because Tapes is not a very. He's a Harlem cat. He don't like to admit when he's wrong. And he had a bad year. His Yankees lost the World Series. Like, he had a bad year. So shout out to my brother Tapes, man. Keep on buying shoes, B. And I got rub this one into. I got the unions. You did.
Yeah. Speaking of some primetime players here. If we follow the money, this is the highest paid running backs by average annual value. We have Saquon Barkley at $20.6 million currently. We have Christian McCaffrey at $19 million, following Christian McCaffrey of Jonathan Taylor at $14 million. Alvin Kamara at $12.3 million. Josh Jacobs, $12 million. Joe Mixon, 9.9 mil. James Conner at 9.5 million, and David Montgomery 9.1 million. We talked about Gibbs. He should probably want to get paid next. Looking at some of the production, I mean, this is something you worry about. Obviously, you look at Christian McCaffrey at that 19 million a year. Look at the production there. We're talking 50 carries, 202 yards, 0 touchdowns, and that we I mean, look at the carries. We're talking about 340. The next one closest to that is Jonathan Taylor, and then Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs had a phenomenal year. I thought he really did carry his team as well.
Yeah, he did.
But look at Alvin Kamara, 228 carries, 950 yards, 6 touchdowns. He had a kind of a down year. But it's weird. It's weird. It's weird being like 20 mil at a running back at the running back spot.
And,
but this is the interesting thing, because when you think about it from his perspective, not that he was probably crying about it, but I think just this stat alone in 2024, 16 wide receivers were averaging 20 million or more per season, while 13 others stood at 10 million or more. Look at the production and look at what Saquon Barkley brought to the table for this Eagle squad, and he's pretty underpaid when you think about it. Under his current contract, he was grossly underpaid. I mean, you're looking across the way and like, hey man, I mean, he's not that type of dude. He just got paid.
Right.
But if you're his agent, you're like, this is my argument, and here we are.
His agent did his job. He did his job. Got the extension. One thing I will say there was, and then I don't want to speak as a negative way, but contracts are not what you've done. It's supposed to be what are you going to do lately? What does the future hold for you? And I feel like somebody with Saquon, the way he takes care of his body, the way he trains, I'm not necessarily saying, I mean, I don't think it's possible that he can run another 2,000 yards. I'm not saying that. I don't want to poo-poo on that. But man, if he can do at least 15 to 16, 1,700, like, bro, that he's meeting the expectations right there. Like, don't you know what I mean? So what?
Don't limit his greatness.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like,
you just spoke into existence.
No, that's not speaking of existence, bro. That's just saying, like, I don't want people to be like looking down upon him if he doesn't do another 2,000 yards, bro. Like, that's because people gonna go that route. You know what I'm saying? People are definitely gonna go that route. You're gonna have to be realistic with this and be like, hey, but somebody with his stature, the way he works, the way he holds himself, I think he can do this in longevity. I mean, there's not was it Terrell Davis like another one that did this like 2,000 2,000 yards?
Yep.
Like I feel like he can do something like that in Terrell Davis, and you know what I mean.
Most rushing yards in a single season. Saquon Barkley, he finished the 24 season, and this is including the playoffs, with the most rushing yards in NFL history. Saquon Barkley had 2,504 yards. Terrell Davis in 1998 had 2,476 yards. And then Terrell Davis in 97 had 2,331 yards. So, again, a record-breaking season. And if you look at some of his production, like it was like teams were averaging. It was like before he got contact, it was 2 yards down the field.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a guy who consistently had nice running lanes, and then he was doing the work.
Yeah. Oh, that single hat, man. Imagine crashing down and you're a safety and you have to tackle 1-on-1 with Saquon. That's scary, bro. That's scary, bro.
I mean, especially if you're a smaller corner and you're like, I'm gonna go low. He could either concussion you, run you over. He could either jump over you. He could either stiff arm you, or he could shake you, or he could throw a spin on you.
Yeah, it's like when you're playing a video game, X, Y, O. You know what I mean? Like, which one do you want it? What I'm really shocked is Howie took Howie 15 years to pay a running back, and he paid a running back twice in 1 year. And that's the Saquon Barkley is being special. You know what I mean?
Now, if you listen to Howie, I mean, Howie is literally telling you.
Howie's bugging, by the way.
I mean, he's literally telling you, like, if you watch at the end of the Super Bowl, you'll see that Howie goes up to Saquon. He said, "Thanks for believing in me."
Yeah.
Like, that's what Howie said. I mean, Howie, you're talking about Howie thanking for him for believing in me. And then they asked Howie Roseman. This is what he said last March. He talking about, has the pendulum swung? He says, has the pendulum swung so far at this position? He says, I mean, the guy touches the ball 300 times a year. There's not a lot of other skill position players that are touching the ball that many times and having that effect. Think about, at 28, Barkley has 7,216 yards, 48 touchdowns over 7 years with the Giants and the Eagles. It's funny that's his only third Pro Bowl, but he was first team All Pro. And then we talked about that Offensive Player of the Year, but like the fact that Howie has changed the tune on the position. I don't think he's changed the tune on the position. It's the player.
Yeah. This is the player. This does. I think this does ruin the chances of Gainwell coming back. I don't see him coming back. I definitely see that they're gonna just probably make another pick in the draft or stick with Shipley.
I mean, I would think that Shipley would take the form. I mean, when I talked to Coach Singleton, he was very high on Shipley. He was glowing talking about Shipley. Gainwell, I know what Gainwell's worth is. I think he's great. I'm talking about special teams as well. On a gunner out there. I mean, playing on kickoff the team, just being out there and being active. He's our 2-minute back. I think if he was like, I just wanted to come back for a year at a super low minimum for a year, they felt that way strongly about him. And we had the money for it. I'm not mad at it.
Most definitely.
I'm not mad at
it. I think the reason why I'm saying is because you got so much. Sometimes we talked about this last night. Sometimes you got to follow the money, and $20 million in one position is a lot. So that was the reason why I was kind of like, I don't think Gainwell will come back, but I would love to see Gainwell come back in that backup role. But I don't see it now.
Helena says Barkley literally revived the running position. I mean, I think he's always been that guy and had that talent. I just think just with this team, he's an unstoppable force in the fact that depending how you want to play the Eagles, they could either run on you, we could either throw on you.
Yeah.
And if you want to go man up, if you want to bring someone in the box, then you gotta deal with AJ. That's the problem. That is a problem.
It's that, and then like they freed up cap, and I'm not going to say any names for free agency. I'm going to talk about our own players that I want to recoup. I think this might be a chance you see Becton coming back because he was a major factor of the running game. I mean, when he ran behind Becton, it was 7 yards. He wouldn't get in touch with 7 yards behind a 6'6", 28-pound man. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's got bodyguards, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tim Armstrong. He says, would you rather have Barkley right now or one of the top 20 receivers getting paid that money? Barkley is a game changer.
Barkley
is a game changer. Barkley allows us to keep defenses honest.
Yep.
Like, how are you going to play the Eagles? You also have the rushing ability of Jalen Hurts when you need the legs. in man type situation, you want to go man against us. You see what he can do with his arm and his legs. So Jalen Hurts with Saquon, but then just from a superstar standpoint, like I was saying earlier to you today, I'm like in a team full of all stars.
Yeah,
Saquon is an all-star star. There's, you know, it's pretty interesting.
You know what's crazy is I love wearing number 26, and like when you go somewhere, like I love wearing his jersey because you can't say nothing to me. You got the best running back in the league. You know what I mean? Like, and us Eagle fans, I've been saying this for years. We spoiled. We spoiled at the running back position. You know what I mean, like we went through some weird times with the Josh Adams and then the Ryan Matthews and the DeMarco Murrays, but we've always had that special running back, LaShawn McCoy. You know, and the list goes on. Now we got Saquon Barkley passing the torch.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, it's funny because we've been talking about so much about other things. It's you know, Carlos is like, hey, I maybe missed it. Who's your standout player at the combine? It's like I don't even really care about the combine because I'm like, and you know, I'm a draft head, but it's like,
yeah, we're both draft heads. I'll go. Mine's James. James is Pete.
Pierce.
Pierce. That he was.
Yeah,
he was moving at the combine. He was definitely one of them. Tight end Harold Finn Jr. from out of Bowling Green connections. Bowling Green's quarterback coach is with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's somebody to look at too.
I think the safety Nick Amenwari. I might have butchered his last name, from South Carolina. I think Armand Membu. If we're talking about like maybe a tackle guard, you know, maybe you could. But I felt like, you know, those are just a couple of them. The tight ends, I'm really Mason Taylor, like Harold Fannin Jr. I met with Harold Fannin Jr. at the Senior Bowl. Spoke to him. I got an interview with Harold Fannin Jr. I haven't uploaded.
Yeah, you got to upload that, right?
It's been months, guys.
I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be Eagle.
Well, his our QB coach is his head coach, former head coach of Bowling Green. So that should tell you if he becomes an Eagle, you know, somebody had something to do with that. Shout out to Wealthy Mind. He says how he took the cap hit and lowered it from 13 mil to 6 mil. Could be for Bond or Miles. I mean, just the fact that we got the cap a little lower. You know, some people are saying that we had put it out there. I mean, Spot Track is actually the one who said that is around like 6'9" or something like that. But we're still waiting on the actual numbers. You know, that's but this is per Spot Track. You know, taking his cap hit from 13 to around high 6. It's a beautiful world. Wealthy Mind says, okay, actually, Mark says, pick your poison. Which way do teams want to lose? Too many weapons. I mean, honestly, that's where, you know, I think people around the league are looking at the Eagles and being like, how do they keep getting away with this?
Yeah.
And that is a good thing.
It's a good thing. Yeah, I was basically saying that was a good thing. But I will say this, though. I think the Eagles are putting other teams on notice, where to the point like everybody is starting, especially the NFC East. You got the Commanders adding Debo. You got the Cowboys now. I'm shocked that they signed Ozega. How do you say his name?
Ozegadua. Come on, man.
Ozegadua. And then you got CD coming back in to restructure his deal to create more money spent. I'm like, whoa, all right, y'all, okay.
Yeah, but they make their players wait. Is the point? They make their players wait.
I'm shocked that they got the one done today. Though.
Their players are like, dude, can you pay us like the Eagles do?
No, they're like, please, son, got some change, son. Got some change.
The fact that we got Saquon changed team, won a Super Bowl, got 2 contracts before the Cowboys even won a playoff game.
Crazy work. Crazy.
Or did they win one playoff game? They did one.
Yeah, they did. They got one. No, it wasn't the Rams. The Rams, they lost to the Rams. Who did they beat?
They lost to the 49ers too, right?
Yeah, I don't even. It's been so long, bro. I don't even know who they beat. It's been so
long. Tim said R.J. Harvey. I like as a diamond in the rough out of UCF.
I like him.
Actually, filmed the interview with R.J. Harvey as well for my boy, Mike. Very nice dude. I think I was actually watching a lot of his tape. Go back and watch some of his. He's a guy that day 3, not day 3, late,
day 2,
mid-round.
Okay. I like Terrence Ferguson, tight end from. Shout out to Mark Bird, Oregon. I like him. As well.
We called him Jay Novacek. Just like the way he ran like a. We were like, he runs a little clunky.
Really?
But the way that he had a decent performance at the.
He was another one.
I mean, there's a lot. Obviously, this is the Saquon episode where we will get to a lot of some draft takes, but it's defensive line heavy. Our running back heavy speaks to everything that the Eagles need: tight ends, running back 3, running back 2. There's a potential to the draft fall to us correctly. First 2 rounds, defensive line talent, edge. I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out about like Mike Green, some like sexual assault stuff in high school and college. They're working through that. That James Pierce. There's a report coming out about him, the worst character, red flags. You think about those are the guys on the back end we could target. Mike Green had a great Senior Bowl. I didn't know any of those things, but Racksack says he's looking at Jihad Campbell if he's available at 32.
A linebacker though.
I mean, he can be an edge for us. He's versatile. Jersey guy.
Yeah. I know he's a Jersey guy. Is he from he's not from Camden, is he?
I don't think he's from Camden.
No, he's in South Jersey though, Camden, right?
I don't know, South Jersey. I think it might be North Jersey.
North Jersey.
The accent. You got the North Jersey accent.
Oh, okay.
But that's I'm just guessing by the accent. Wealthy Mind says the cherry on top of it all. This was done before the free agency starts next week. Obviously, the Eagles cut Darius Slay, so the fact that they're allowing him to work the market. If there's a possibility that he comes back after knowing his market and after he feels a certain way about how do I close out my career? Do I stay in Philly? We already put our message out there on 4th and Jawn to Jennifer Slay and the Slay family. We appreciate you guys and all that you've done for the community. But I mean, it's we'll see where that works out. But obviously, we have a little more flexibility with the signing of Saquon Barkley. Now it's just figuring out who's next. Who's next?
I got you. You ready?
Yep.
Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert will probably be nice.
Yeah, well, we
or Cam Jurgens. One or two.
We talked about Dallas Goedert, and he's essentially playing. This is an opportunity where he needs to get more guaranteed money. If I'm Dallas Goedert, I want to get paid. Do I want to take extend him from another year just to give him more money, keep him happy? Jordan, Jahan Dotson. These are the players. This is his last year on his contract, 2025. Cam Jurgens. This is the year to get something done for Cam.
Yep.
And while people are saying Mekhi Becton, you're forgetting about Cam Jurgens. Cam Jurgens needs to get it done early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get him done. We'll save about $4.3 million.
WG36. It's Warren. I'm mad. I never got Mrs. Slay's banana pudding.
Oh, that sucks.
Come on, man.
Damn.
Come on, Warren.
I'm sorry, B.
Come on, Warren.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Now, Tracy Ann says our other teams are worried about getting their starters. Meanwhile, Philly's debating RB3 and tight end 3. And it's a good problem.
Big facts.
There's a lot of talent in Philly, a lot of young talent, especially defensively. Talk about all the rookie deals defensively. We're talking about Cooper Jean. We're talking about Quinyon Mitchell, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Jalix Hunt, Kobe Dean, all now Super Bowl winning experience on that side of the ball. But as you can see, all those rookie deals on defense, meanwhile, the offensive side, bro, they're getting paid on the offensive side. So the fact that Howie, if you look in the way that we're set up, we have players that are paid, right? So this is where we start hitting the draft with more draft capital and evens it out. You know what I'm saying? We got young rookie deals, bring in some defensive players that are trying to recapture their career.
I have a question. Would you? And then everybody's been kind of like hitting my DMs about this. How would you feel about Khalil Mack?
I've heard about that. I mean, I've heard Javon Hargrave. I mean, if you're talking about potential Harold Landry, lower tier.
Yeah.
Does Jonathan Allen want to he's trying to work out a trade, or if they cut him, they're going to save a lot of money. If
he's not worth $16 million. That's
no, we're talking about him. If he wants to come up here for a 1-year deal and play for a 1-year deal and come up and win a Super Bowl, with some other Bama dudes.
Yeah.
I know Mark asked the question, what's Dickerson's contract left? I mean, Dickerson he's signed until 2028.
Yeah, and he's the highest paying guard in NFL football.
So I mean, we're
21 million.
I mean, we're talking about. I mean, we're in a good place, man.
Yeah.
Lander Dickerson, his actual cap hit. Let's see. He signed a 4-year deal worth $84 million. Included $20 million signing bonus, $50 million guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $21 million. He will earn a base salary of 1.17 and a signing bonus of 6.8, while carrying a cap hit of 6.5. He's got a dead cap value of $24 million. I mean, we're good, man. The out year is not the potential out year for Landon Dickerson is 2027. So I mean, this is how Howie, the last 2 years of everyone's deal is always interesting.
Saquon's having a great week, bro. He just trademarked Saquon Barkley. He just trademarked that, and now he just signed his big deal, man. Congrats to him and his family.
Shout out to Warren. We ran into each other in Seattle outside of the gum wall. Him and his fam. Like there's a wall in Seattle where you put gum and you stick it on the wall. So I didn't have gum. A man didn't have gum. So Warren came to the rescue and had gum. So we chewed on the gum, threw it up against the wall. Good times. It's pretty nasty.
That is super nasty work.
Warren be out here, man. We ran into Warren in Brazil as well. So Warren and the fam be out.
That's what's up. Shout out to Seattle.
Wealthy Mind says, I was actually satisfied with Jahan's play as wide receiver 3. Actually, when the playoffs came around, took him half the season, but he showed up. It also took a while for him to get targeted. You talk about rhythm and players getting into that rhythm. It's hard when you're a wide receiver out here just blocking, not knowing when you're gonna get the ball. You see how AJ, if AJ doesn't get the block for a couple. It is what it is.
Speaking of AJ, Patriot fans, y'all are bugging. Y'all are not gonna grab AJ from us. Stop.
They apparently the Patriots called about AJ Brown. Obviously, they're tying in their head coach who coached for the Titans, who coached the Titans when AJ was there. So, you know, yeah. Tim says, Gail, aka Customs and Desert Tim, aka I got more shoes than everybody. That's Tim just got more shoes on display than everyone. Don't try to play me, son.
I got a lot of shoes.
Yeah,
we got 3 rooms. We got 3 rooms full of shoes.
You got 3 rooms. I got 2 houses over here. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a lot of shoes.
It's all right, man. Quality over quantity. Mark Huertas told me today.
Oh, I got that too.
He said quality over quantity. Okay.
I got quality. I got that. I got that nice stuff over here.
But yeah, I mean, today was really just an emergency pod. Shout out to Evan and shout out to Primo. We were trying to go live and just give you a real quick take on where we're at with the Saquon signing. Obviously, it's gearing up for free agency week, so expect the emergency pods. Do you like the emergency pods, like random emergency pods, better than just a set day? Because we can go live anytime.
I feel like we've been getting mad love with the emergency pods, B. Like, I don't know about you. I feel like everybody, y'all on? What's up?
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, it's Air Max month. Where are your Air Maxes, yo? Where are your Air Max? Not Jordans. Yo, I know it's Jordan's dropping a lot of heat this month. Wear your Air Maxes, B. If you're over 40, they're comfortable. Wear them.
Bro, you talking about this is the same dude who I asked him about a pair of Jordan 11 tints. I said, "You have them?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't wear them." Tell me. Yeah.
No, you put it out there, so yeah, you put it out there. You put out something. You put out something. I'm like, ooh, I want to do that.
So for Air Max Phillies month, these are the customs.
Fire.
Air Max Phillies, by the way. Created by your boy.
Fire, by the way.
For the season.
He does such a good job, man. Don't you agree?
But Air Max, the Nike dropped the new colorway, one new colorway on sale. You can get it for about $83. It has the same color, kind of close to the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So, just trying to let everyone know. Mark says, "Where's Ev? Watching Family Feud, probably." winning a brand new car. Winning a brand new car. But before we get out of here, just want to thank, shout out to Bud Light, man, for holding us down for all these years, man. Bud Light, these tailgates wouldn't be what they are without you. Shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings, and Safelli's Pizza for giving Evan Hearn the wings at our tailgates. Shout out to 1675 for all their help at our last tailgate. Honorary Captain, Conch Hawk and Talia Bakery. Low Ski Entertainment for the musical sounds that you hear at every tailgate. And shout out to Alex Smoking and Son for all your barbecue vibes. And shout out to Crafty Jawn. Go to
Jesse.
CraftyJawn.com if you're looking for chunky chains, man. And Jesse _Wines is no more on Instagram. But if you need graphics, you call me. I'll connect you with Jesse Wines. He will hook you up with graphics. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm
How are you feeling so far during this free agency? Going into the free agency, we're driving on where we just passed In-N-Out Burger. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, man. We're in a good place, man. We're like I said, we talked about the offense being locked up, our stars being locked up. We're talking about right guard, talking about maybe potentially giving Cam his money. We're going into the draft. You know, like which one of these younger wide receivers, are gonna show us something that we drafted last year. Got Anais Smith. So I'd like to see what he brings to the table. But again, we'll see.
You think he switches his number?
But he's got 83?
82. 82. Yeah. I think he's
Mike Quick, man.
Yeah, I think he needs to switch the number. I think he needs to go to number 13 was his number in college. And Jahan Dotson, please switch your number. Please, bro. Please, bro. I don't like the 83.
Shout out to Vicky. Said, what's up, Super Bowl champs? I've been calling everyone champs. I just say, what up, champ? That's my thing.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
What up, champ? What up?
What up, Cuzzo?
What up, champ? But before we get out of here, man, we'll go with say it with your chest. You got to say it with your chest before we get out of here.
Oh my goodness, I had my say with my chest yesterday. Man, congratulations to the Barkley family. Man, and how trust in Howie, man. Howie's gonna do everything he can to make sure that this team gets back to what it did this previous season. So it's a good time to be an Eagle fan, man. So just keep on repping and keep on going hard for the Birds. And man, I'm just so happy, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just happy, man. Got off my chest on that.
As an Eagle fan, I feel spoiled. I feel
yes.
I feel like it's well deserved. I feel like the ass whooping that the Eagles put on the Chiefs will never be forgotten.
6-40.
That is the way to put a period at the end of the sentence. And now we are Super Bowl champs. So I've been riding that high for a minute. So for the idea of like us rebuilding, thinking about draft, and as I watch film every day on players, I still think, damn, we won the Super Bowl.
Does it still hit you yet? Is it surreal still, or is it like?
Nah, it's weird, man.
Yeah, right. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure I'm not
weird.
I'm not the only person.
It's not weird. It just feels like they can't. Well, they can't take this kind of this year away from us. And
yeah, well, especially for you because you've had a journey. So this season is dedicated to Big J, which is Gail's father, and the it's like this has been a wild journey for you.
Yeah, it was, and we talk about those moments where I'm praying to my dad for a Saquon run, and the fact that he just popped off those runs. That I'm in the process of getting the canvas. I don't know if you've seen Jordan Spector's art.
The one where he's running the snow.
Where he's running the snow.
Yes.
So I called Jordan and I said, "Yo, I'm gonna need that." I was like, that piece kind of really, to me, brings home a great moment where I, was just thinking about my pops. I was like, bro, we just need a run here, Dad, if you're listening. And boom, he breaks off that run. So I told Jordan, he's like, I got you, bro. So I mean, it's just amazing, man. Just amazing season. But last word before we get out of here, Tim.
Last word. Patriots, stop. So you're not taking. I have the Fantastic Four over here. My money don't touch your money. I don't care. All right. Stop messing with my team, man. Leave my team alone, bro. I got the Fantastic Four over here. Stop.
My last word is enjoy yourself. Draft is coming up. Eagles Autism Challenge is coming up. Hey. If you'd like to be a part of our team, a lot of us, we've been doing it for the last 5 years, raising money for the Eagles Autism Challenge. If you want to join our team and help give back, it's a great moment just to vibe out with fellow Eagle fans. I was talking to Tim Perkins the other day and just saying he was so glad he was involved over the last season. Just having a good time. So come out. You guys want to come out to the Eagles Autism Challenge? Donate some money. Have a good time. Meet the players. Meet the Super Bowl champs. Get ready for the next one that's coming up shortly. So let me know. Send me a DM and join the team. It's one of the best events to be at. I'm telling you, hands down. So if you want to come and join us, let us know. We'll be out there. Obviously, mock draft season is starting. We could do that. I don't know if Prime's gonna be ready for mock draft season.
Yeah. Probably going to be pouting, screaming, and shouting.
We have Wealthy Minds last word. His entire seasons are won based on what a franchise does in the offseason. Start with the contracts before free agency, picking up selective free agents, and of course the draft. Then voluntary OTA to camp. Get you with the schedule. Kiki says her last word is Cowboys. Stop yapping.
Go Birds.
Shout out to Tim Armstrong. He said, let me know how I can join the team. Always down to help. All right. Say no more, man. You got my number?
Tim's a hero. Even though Tim didn't call me back. Yeah. Appreciate you, Tim.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah,
Tim.
I mean, everyone out there, be safe. Enjoy your Super Bowl champion run. And until then, we'll see you in the next one. And
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.